Okay, let's see, boys and girls, we're back with another stream. Different location. Still have to wake up a bit. Last stream did 12.5k views, which is very nice. Thanks for the enthusiasm. Let's see, is the head looking alright? Looks like it's not alright. Okay, let me know if the audio is clear enough, if the music is not too loud. We're going to play some poker today, hopefully on Coin Poker, and if not, we'll play a bit on GG Poker. Let's see. Do we have any tournaments running still? No. I guess not. We're on a 3-minute delay. So the stream will start officially in right around 60 seconds. Working with a new setup, so please bear with me. 679. Can't say that out loud. Okay, I'll put myself on the waiting list for a couple of games. This one too. Let's go to GG Poker Music. Jesus Christ, 620,000 people online on GG Poker. That's crazy. I'm too late for the Omaholic. Let's see. We have Rush and Cash as an option. First I put myself on the waiting lists here. Let me know if everything is working the way it should be working. A late night streaming session with your boy Vinny Vidi. Oh wait, this wasn't working. Open a couple of tables as well. See who's holding the lobby at the moment. Clicker. Very tough opponent. Mr. Funky Fresh. Probably not gonna play against me. Roast Beef Will. Those 4-max tables are quite nice. A lot of action. Okay. Drew Kundari is saying, been binge watching your vids this week, literally random cut, exact start of stream. Good luck, good luck. Audio seems pretty good, and music and mic. Thanks for letting me know, Drew. Josiah is saying, welcome. Thank you, sir, for welcoming me on my own stream. Yeah, man, the last video did incredibly well, so that's very nice. The play and explain on the mid-stake, so I will be doing a super long stream, like 16 hours or something, 12 hours. Okay, let's not go crazy, 12 hours maybe. For a play and explain as well. I'm not sure when it will happen, but I think a lot of people would like to watch it, so I'll do my best to do that. I'm gonna see if Madik wants to play. That could be fun. Hello, sir. Was that Stefan 11222 on PLO 500 heads up table? I don't think so. Queen Jack Deuce two-tone board. We see bet almost 100% of our hands. I'm going to check it for you, sir. Stefan. I see this guy on the heads up table. We get raised, so we fold. Okay, my opponent is sitting out already. Coin poker has this bug sometimes. I'm gonna check this one down all the way. We block two pairs on the board now, so it becomes a bit more attractive to call. Of course, there's an endless combination of straights. Sure, you can 3-bet this hand. Ah, we're gonna play, that's nice. Okay, this way I can see my entire screen. Drew is asking about my desktop background. Looks sick, I have no idea, to be honest. I think it's just a generic background if you buy a MacBook. When he's opening in this setting, we're playing roughly 85% from the button, and I think this hand is not part of it. We have a 10 high flush on this table. Could bet small maybe, but we're also blocking the straight, which is a potential calling hand. So I think it's fine to just check there. Okay, no action. We'll have to find another place to play. try with this guy. Mohammed Kata is saying everything is good, good luck. Thank you, sir. Where are you playing from? Cannot disclose my location, unfortunately. Sultan Kair saying top-notch PLO. Do you do one-on-one coaching? Not really. I think if you do coaching, it's better to do long-term action sharing of profit sharing deals. But I would consider doing one-on-one coaching for 2k an hour. Up until now, nobody took me up on the offer, which is completely understandable. Is it worth it? For a few players it would be, but good luck. Okay. No action. Might have to challenge the clicker. Might have to challenge the clicker. We can bet for value twice. On the left, maybe with the spade we can bet sometimes. Poker Chris Toronto, any word if coin brings 6 cards? I can ask it for you. I'm not sure how popular it is compared to 5 cards, but if the liquidity is there, I'm sure they'll consider doing it. Your coin poker audio is on. It's pretty loud as well. Okay. I'll change that. Not sure if I can call you, but going to do it. Coin poker audio. Let's see. Enable sounds alerts. Okay, let me know if this is better. I think some people like the sounds, but they're probably a little bit too loud. I'll have to let it go on the right hand table and on the left hand table as well. It's a close one. Poker Chris Toronto is saying, I'm thinking about playing on coin. What security do they have for collusion or 2 people in close range sharing cards playing same table? I'm not too sure actually, so I don't want to promise things without having the knowledge. Maybe I can find something on their website. Ron is saying, howdy my man. Stan O is saying, do you think 100% open heads-up strategy is okay? Well, not against a good opponent, because he'll be 3-betting you at a decent frequency, and then it becomes very tough to navigate your bottom 10% of hands. On the mid stakes, if somebody's overfolding their big blind, it's probably a viable strategy, especially if they don't adapt to it, which is entirely possible at the mid stakes. Usually max exploit is not so good against other regulars, but for sure I've played against a lot of regulars that didn't really adapt their tactic, even heads up, which is surprising, but true. So I think Clicker is one of the best no limit hold'em players in the world, and obviously his Pilo game is up there. I'm just gonna call. It's a pretty bad call, but really want to see his hand. We have to defend a lot against a small bet. Probably this hand is not one of the hands we should defend. Is button clicker any good at heads up Pilo as he's been holding the table? So yeah, when somebody is holding the table, usually they're very good, or at least the best player that is online at that moment. I mean, he's coming from no limit hold'em, so what is likely to be true that is he's very successful hold'em, so he's willing to play against almost anyone. His frequencies are probably very spot on when it comes to bet sizing, utilizing a leverage in the right places. But there's not many PLO guys that put up a battle against guys like this, so and I mean, I'm not sure if he loves to play, but he loves to compete for sure. Like, it's not often that people are willing to play 10-20 against me, because if he thinks he's better, it's a waste of time for him to play this low. I think I should check back here. River the 2 pair. That's 1/3, so very hard to fold this hand. Thanks, I play mid stakes with 14 BB per 100 win rate over large sample, 700k hands. Definitely would be interested in coaching for profit if you're possibly one-on-one coaching. Where can I reach out? Probably Twitter, the best place to reach out to me. How much did you make last year? Ben is asking, do you watch any PLO streamers? Yeah, sometimes I watched Jane Nandes. It's interesting content, and to be honest, his content has been helpful for my game as well. Like, he's definitely theoretically a very good player. Yes, I turned off the sounds by request. Flop a 9. Raising sometimes, calling sometimes. I think here we raise for value. Against a small bet. Value and protection. Obviously there's some kings in his 3 betting range, but we cannot be scared about that. And on the 5 we have a very easy shove. I think even without the 5 Shoving would be fine here. Okay, we get another candidate. Clicker stops playing. He's in the bank. Not sure if he can snipe me. Don't think so. We have a new candidate. Ready to eat. Can you show how you deposit on this site? I was told you gotta first buy USDT, then convert it to their coins if you want rake back. I'm not gonna show you right now, but it's probably best if you just Google it or ask ChatGPT. Okay. 125 hungry lions looking for some free information. Is this clicker guy a fish? No, he's one of the best No Limit Hold'em players in the world, and nowadays also Pot Limit Omaha had some players in the world, so he's definitely not a fish. Let's see if he wants to play 2550. Okay. Very tempting hand to 3-bet. Get raised with the trips. Okay, so here we're holding trips with an ace, so very likely to have the best hand. Can we bet it big over 2 streets? We could, but it becomes a little bit iffy. So it's nice to protect our checking range here on a board that's very dry. We don't need that much protection. And then here we will bet smallish in position. We're blocking some of his hero calls. I had like ace king. Without the ace, maybe we can size bigger. Okay, I'm not going anywhere with 2 pair. But then on a lot of turns it becomes very difficult to play this hand. The 3 is not one of them. Here, check raising might be an option. Here we bet twice. Checking, probably an option too. We have a double flush draw. So we bet on the turn. And then the river should be bad for us. It should be better for the caller. Also, we're holding the ace of clubs and the king of clubs, so I mean, there's multiple ways to look at the situation. It's a very interesting hand to check. Here we bet, and we get the fold from clicker. Looks like he's willing to play 2550. What do you guys prefer more? for me to play some heads up against Clicker or to play Rush and Cash? Please let me know. Please let me know. I completely forgot to say hi to the Stallion. He's in the chat again. Sorry about that, buddy. Are you still here? Bomgia Princess from Victor the Stallion. Assassinato saying hello. Fanny, have a good stream, man. Thank you. If name of the stream is right, then it's nice. Heads up below and explain video from you would be awesome. In any case, good luck. Of course, I forgot to update the stream name. Let's see. Play and explain on mid stakes. It's semi-accurate. Semi-accurate. In any case, good luck. Let's see. Poker Quiz Toronto, you deposit by whatever crypto that's available, quite a lot of them, and just convert some into CHP with literally 2 clicks in software. From Josia. Always nice when the chat is there to help out. It's a great candidate to check call as well, but I think the solver wants to see some bets too. Clicker with the bet, we turn trips. We're blocking ace king. But I think pot size is the size to go with. Is he a button clicker? That's the same person? I think so, yeah. Would play hands up against someone you thought was better than you. I mean, Clicker is holding the lobby, so he's probably better than me. This year I'll be playing a lot of heads up, so I'll have to challenge myself every now and then. And see where I rank in the pack, so... I do play heads up against players that are better, but I feel very comfortable at 2550. I think if I study this session after, then it's worth something for me anyway, even if I lose. So okay, turn a very small bet. So very big mistake people make is overfolding against small bets. If you look up those hands in Monker, the mistakes they're huge. And then here, I think we can let this one go. I mean, I did say that we should not fold against small bets, but Josia is explaining how CHP works on Coin Poker. Sultan is saying I also have 5 WSOP rings, but in smaller online events. Yeah, it doesn't really matter much. The biggest factor in winning as many rings as possible is entering as many events as possible. So Assassinato prefer heads up against Clicker. Okay. It looks like there's some consensus there. Heads up. Can you play 200, 400? Heads up from Liam. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Heads up, por favor. Russian cash. Still here, but soon there. Heads up, Russian cash. One heads up, one Russian cash. Wow, okay. That's what we'll do. When this guy quits, I'll fire up one Russian cash table. It sounds like a fair solution to our problem. Wait, can I put the chat here? No. Okay, we bet twice here. That I'm not entirely sure about. Usually with 3 hearts we bet. But we have some backup, so... Ready to eat. Finds the call. And we have the quad 2 deuces. Quad deuces. Surely was not expecting that. The right hand table, we flop a set. And it's a weak set. Meaning we have a bottom set, but we don't have any backup at all, so we usually just check call that hand. It's a great bluff catcher. Here we turn a lot of outs. I'm not too sure how much betting we do here because we're drawing to an inferior straight. But picking up the hand with 10 high obviously is very favorable, so we'll put in a bet. Limp from our opponent. I think check fold here. Just pay rake with it. Russian cash, heads up against clicker. Good luck, good luck. If you have it. Okay, maybe with the 6 we can bluff this hand. We're up against a very, very weak range. A lot of disconnected hands. Bottom 2, a great hand to start trapping with. I think 3 pair is a special hand where Monka likes to bet this one more than just the bottom 2 to bet with. This one is closed on the left hand side. Going to fold it. That's pretty cool to bet and get an ace to call here, but don't think it's worth the risk. He did river the 2 pair. Rush because the heads up the game is different. Yeah, I guess less people play heads up. That's a good point. Now we have the bottom 2, but we have backup. We have an out to a nut straight. Would you play heads up against Jungleman? Yeah, of course. Should be a sizable winner against Jungleman. I don't think he played a lot of heads up PLO last few years. Maybe you can cash it out. Having to turn your head all the time to read the chat is going to mess up your neck. Most probably, yeah. I don't really have another good solution. Can maybe put it here, but it will be annoying for the viewers. It might mess up my neck, indeed. Okay, we're gonna swap this one out for a Russian cash table. We'll give him the big blind. They have live support and client. These all seem like questions you guys can figure out by yourself. Okay. I'll have to restart. This turn we're going to continue betting. Like most of his strong two pair he would raise already, so only if he picks up extra outs we're in bad shape, and we're hardly ever in a bad shape because we have a rep and an overpair. You get the fold, which is nice. If you guys have any other questions that don't relate to poker, also feel free to ask them. We did very well in our last rush and cash session.
Fold. Fold.
Let's see if we can
Fold. Fold.
do that again. 5 deuce.
Fold.
That's a very whatever call. But you'd be surprised how much you have to call in a check down pot against a bet.
Fold.
Probably not that hand, but
Raise. Fold. Fold.
probably not that hand. Ooh,
Fold.
sexy one. Our affiliates getting more than 33% rake. No, I think it's
Fold.
right around that number. Is this site owned by Tony G?
Fold.
Not anymore, I think. Speaking from experience, bro. Just deposit a little bit. All is easy and works instantly on the site. That's
Raise.
a good piece of advice. I heard you got banned from TPS from running off your owed money. Oh boy, the chat is getting out of hand. Chat is getting out of hand.
Check.
It's funny, this is actually the one player that I can't see the stack size of. 88 big blinds. Okay. Get 4-bet. This is a terrible hand against the 4-betting range, so I think we have to fold here.
Call. Check. Check.
We shouldn't check that quickly. I mean, our opponent checks very quickly. It's likely that he has aces. It's unlikely that he has a flush draw because he would have bet the turn, I think. So we're gonna put some pressure on him. The whole idea of winning at mid-stakes is being aggressive against checking lines. People are, in general, pretty unbalanced. We have the trips here. We have to decide how many streets we can bet with it. So probably 2. And then on which street we want to bet. So we check.
Call. Check. Bet.
Clicker finds the bet and then we river a full house. Which we bet on the river.
Fold.
Keep telling you, stop talking behind your computer, we're in the same city. Meet me in person and talk, otherwise don't say anything. Okay guys, if you guys have a personal dispute, feel free to not
Fold.
fight it out in my chat, or else you'll get banned. We'll reach out to you on Twitter to see what you think. Okay, sounds
Fold.
good. Nines, we're gonna try to take them to showdown. If he checks again, we can actually bet the river for thin value with a small bet. It's a
Raise.
small bet we have to call here, I think. Yeah, I'll text you my number and meet me around 1 AM. You know that would never happen. Okay.
Check.
Some local 1-2 racks fighting it out. We managed to win the hand with the nines.
Fold.
Fold his hand. Didn't Clicker help out Doug in his heads-up battle versus Negrano? Not
Fold.
sure. I'm not too sure. Could be. Why don't any of the top PLO players from PokerStars play PLO anymore, like Isildur, Hilary Finn,
Fold.
Patrick Antonius? I mean, back in the day, it was a completely different game. If those guys would hop in the games nowadays, they would be big losers, I think.
Fold.
We have a 10, it's probably a call. Potentially raising there.
Fold.
Have you ever played Stefan, the son of a bee? Yes, I've played him on ACR actually. He had a short PLO stint on ACR. He was definitely the spot there. Just applying too much pressure, and you can only size for pot bet, so
Raise.
you can only bluff 1 out of 3 times maximum, and he was doing it more than that. Okay, so this hand we're not gonna follow up on the river. We're blocking both hearts and diamonds, and we want our opponent to have them so that he can fold more.
Fold.
So I think we give up on this bluff. Then have pot bet preferred size instead of 75% as delayed c-bet when nuts doesn't change because you are capped. I mean, to be honest, the bet sizes don't matter too much, but you allow your opponent sometimes to call an inferior hand with a smaller size. So.
Raise. Fold.
Oh, yeah, that I can give you a better answer to that, but I'll think about it. About the bet size. They either got beaten by a new pro or they found more plus EV spots.
Call.
Yeah, also the game evolved a lot, and
Check.
I don't think those players necessarily Not all of them are doing super well at the moment.
Check.
100 chat messages, very active. Oh, it's close with a fold here. If any, thanks for the stream. Any big plans for the year? Looks like you're out traveling. I'll go to the Australian Open final in a couple of weeks. I'll head out to Jeju as well to play some of the Triton events.
Call.
Pretty excited about that. Do you have a girlfriend home? I'm renting my place and I'm dating someone at the moment.
Check.
Maybe she'll feel comfortable enough to be on stream one day, but so far no dice. Turn off this dealer sound in GG, please. Okay, sir.
Check.
Let's see if I can find it. Sound.
Check.
Sound off. Apply. Okay. Should be fixed. And if I time out, you'll be the one paying back the money that I lose out on. Ooh, favorite books. I don't read that much. Paulo Coelho has a nice one, The Alchemist or something. If you don't like to read, it's a thin book, so that's nice. I've read a couple of self-help books. Atomic Habits is quite nice. I'm Pilgrim. It's a very nice book if you don't like to read. It's kind of like a 10-hour movie more than a book. Reads very easily. Super exciting fictional story. Let's see if the title is actually I'm Pilgrim. Yeah, I Am Pilgrim. Should be a nice one. Poof, it's kind of close. Should definitely call there sometimes. Why is it saying fold and raise every action? The dealer sound is on. Is it for the blind people playing? Please, the fold sound. Yes, should be off the sound. Please let me know if it's working. Going to raise here as a bluff, of course. We're blocking aces. We're blocking the 10. This guy seems very aggressive, so I'm gonna go ahead and 4-bet this hand. Okay. The reads are on. A bit small here, and then depending on the river, I'll shove. We'll give him a special tag. Very tempting to bluff, but I can't do it every time. to have a bluff there on the river, roughly 1 out of 3 times. Arne Slot is saying hello. He's probably watching the stream. Vinny, can you remind me the name of the Dutch brand of the hats that you always wear, please? Maybe spell it so I can look it up. Thanks and a happy new year. I have it here for you. Ampere. Can you see it? Ampere. A-M-P-E-R-E. Arne Slot betting very big, fairly big. Going to look him up. He probably has Queen Jack, but not this time. Found the bluff, so we'll give him a nice little tag. Creative player. In general, at mid-stakes people don't find those bluffs enough. I like his move. Not too sure about this hand. I think we just check fold. We're completely unblocking the board. It's a rainbow board, which is better for our opponent. Here it's kind of funny. We don't want to bloat the pot. Fold would be great. Check calling is not great, so we'll bet ourselves. Here we can probably check as well with the kings. Double backdoor though, so we have plenty of equity. And here, sizing bigger is maybe not a bad idea. Sizing small, of course, is fine as well. Hey bro, my bad, I'm a regular in your stream. If you see he came in here hostile, just an internet tough guy from my city. Chris Toronto, yeah, I get it. Assassinato, true, lol. I like how he reads out the beef messages. Yeah, it's exciting. That's exciting. Happy New Year, Derek. Thanks, Janendo. New office for a little while, yeah. We got a little upgrade after last year. And everyone has been roasting me for my my old setup. What's my username on SGR? I'm not going to disclose. We flop 2 pair. This is the only position that I can see from here. I guess the check, we're gonna stab, of course. Half pot seems like a size that's reasonable. Have you studied heads up or 6-max PLO pool tendencies using MDA? I have not, but I work together with some guys that do some stuff with big data. We can hear the action being called on GG Rush. Whoa, Vinny coming to Australia, definitely come into the casino on Friday night and we can play some PLO. So it's in Melbourne, so yeah, I mean, I'll potentially go there. I'm coming with some friends, so. When you calculate variance for PLO, what standard deviation do you use? 100 to 160? I don't remember because it's been a long time since I did it. I mean, it depends on your playing style as well, so I would think that Mine is a bit higher. So here's funny. We can bet for value, of course, but we're also blocking top 2 pair, which is a great hand to trap with. Not this time. Good luck, good, thank you. Rooting for Sinner or Alcaraz? That's a difficult question. I mean, I'm rooting for both. If they would end up in the final, that would be pretty amazing. That would be pretty amazing. No, it's better. Okay, it's about the sound. Hey Vinny, have you played Barry Sweet? Heads up, I've played him on a couple of very short sessions against the Barry. I mean, I guess in general everyone is scared of him because he went out and played different kind of games and beat all the experts in their own game, so that's kind of scary. Like him beating Linus in No Limit Hold'em is... that's fucking crazy. So here we're blocking everything, which is a nice reason to check maybe. Also very dynamic board, so nice to bet. Do you need to study GTO to play mid stakes, or basic understanding is enough? I mean, basic understanding should be enough. Just making sure you're defending the right ranges against certain bet sizes and stuff is very important. Okay. We trapped him. Oopa. Okay, that's very loud. Also, if you're playing mid stakes and you want to play higher stakes, it's very good and helpful to focus on GTO. It's not easy to make money with poker, but definitely the average poker player is pretty lazy, so there's still opportunity there. Fuck there. Normally people snap-fold king there. That's the guy who tried to bluff me. Yeah. Careful against me, huh? Jan Jansen. On the slot. It's tempting to size down again with king queen, because we're blocking the queen high flushes, which is one of the hands that can call us, but super dynamic board on the turn, so probably sizing big is fine. Sound is fixed, thanks. Hey Dirk, I'm looking to make the switch from live No Limit Hold'em to online live PLO. What's a good stake? To start at bankroll wise, I could play up to 200 PLO, but don't want to torch while learning. Probably 1/10 of what you're playing live is a good idea to play online at. Oh, this is stretching it. Ampere, thanks so much. Gonna order one. Yeah, I hope they still have them. They're super comfortable. You think fish lose more in 5 cards than 4 cards? I'm not so sure. Not too sure. Clicker did Coach Doug for the D-Next match. I watched your last Play and Explain a few times now. Thanks for doing this. No worries, it was a very popular video. Okay, here we have the raise at the mid stakes. We're holding the hearts, so it's very likely that our opponent has either queens, queen 10 or 10-10. So if the range of your opponent is so defined, it's probably better to flat call than to get your money in. You can still fold on a lot of turns, the 10 being one of them. Here we're going to bet this gut shot. How can I improve my MTT game during late stages? I don't know if they bluff me or not. Yeah, we need better questions. We need better questions. Attempting to bet on that 8. But we check it back. Bet big. We have an expert in the chat. Your avatar looks like Terry Fox, the guy who ran across Canada with one leg. It is Terry Fox, actually. Some people think it's an avatar of myself, so I'm not sure how to interpret that, but here on the Jack 9-3 two-tone, we're c-betting most of the time. Wow, it's pretty tough to miss a board hard and then this. And then on the king turn, we most likely have the best hand. It's pretty good for our range, so we're gonna continue betting. Half pot bet should be fine. Goes all in. After time banking. Queen 10. Tough decision. $218 people tuning in. That's pretty good for a late night session. Three, 6. Not sure. Maybe we can bet small in position there. Who was your toughest opponent last year? Oh, I like that question. I ran very hot, so it's hard to tell. I think Pencil Arms. I played him this year as well. Oh wait, what's happening here? Everyone's folding. How can they not see there's 10 big blinds in the middle already? I think Pencil Arms is extremely tough to play against. I mean, to be honest, last year I avoided playing a couple of good guys. This year I'll be trying to challenge myself a bit more in that regard. You have to pair. I don't think we will fold. We can raise even. Here with the Ace of Diamonds, I think most of the time we're betting. Get a quick fold. The range was also super wide there. People challenge you to high stakes heads up ELO. Not that much. I mean, the rankings are quite defined, so in the top 10 everyone kind of knows how they rank. So you don't see too much battling going on. You're getting raked by the website as well, so if you're roughly at the same level, it doesn't make much sense to battle a lot. 9-5-5-4, it's probably not an open, but if you see someone tight in the big blind, you can definitely get away with opening more. Okay, maximum pressure on clicker. For instance, Sanita is probably the toughest opponent, but I haven't played him last year. If he plays me 25-50, I'll happily play him for a couple of sessions. It's just a very cheap way to learn from the best, so. Same way where I'm playing against Clicker, but if you include the rake, I'm pretty positive that I'm not a winning player. But it's cool, maybe he gets tired of me and he gives me the lobby, which is very valuable as well. If you don't tilt and you don't play it too high, then there's a lot of upside there. So he's betting again. We have to defend roughly half our range here, and I think half our range is our draws already, so I don't think we can consider folding this hand. But will it be good? Not too sure. A question for you. Pre-flop at 50 big blinds deep and 5 cards. There's a 2% cold calling range in the small blind. Would you just round that to 0 and never call? Yeah, if you do that, the EV loss is not gonna be very big. There's actually, if you go for a 3-bet only strat from the small blind, I don't think the EV loss is that big either. It sounds pretty crazy, but please correct me if I'm wrong. We bet with 2 pair and a gut shot. Check back. Click up bets here. Pretty much every draw came in, so I'm going to fold here. This run out is not the best. If he checks, we check back. We have 9s, which is showdown value once every 10 times or something, but Pencil Arms is prudently from stars, right? Yes, he is. I've played against him yesterday, and if I look at the hands, how he approaches them and how he plays them, it's feels like he's one of the sharpest guys in pot limit Omaha, and he's coming from no limit hold'em, so that's very impressive. Then what do you do with those hands? Fold them. Yeah, if you're running it to 0, we're folding them. What's your goal in poker now since money is not a problem anymore? Well, the goal for this year is to only play when I want to play. Have fun while I'm playing, challenge myself a little bit, like take on the top heads up guys. That's the challenge for this year. Play some live stops. Have a healthy life outside of poker. Which sounds like a very doable thing, but sometimes it's not easy to combine poker with having a healthy lifestyle. Jack calls me. Like I can bet small again, I don't know. See, quick call, so that's probably bad news. King 6 or King 8. I can see his hand. King 4 as well. Okay. Fair. 2+2, some guys were saying that's him. How often are you calling the all-in with a set of kings when there's a straight on the board and 2 flush draws which you don't block? I'm always calling that with a set. My opponent should have enough bluffs there. He might even shove like hands that are less strong than mine, so if you consider folding there, then you should be quitting poker, I think. You're doing something wrong. 3 BB cap. Wow, that sounds very that sounds pretty high, huh? 3 BB. I think you should focus on games with a less high of a cap. Would you ever challenge the best heads up PLO player to a match to improve your game? Unnecessary to put it in a match format, I think. I can just message Sanita and ask him if he wants to play a couple of thousand hands. I'm sure he'll be up for it. Let's see. Okay, quick call. You have to be a little bit careful with timing tells. So we had a very easy decision on the turn. Which makes this a fold, I think. Where can I find your 2024 results on X? If you head over to the Vinny video, you can check them out there. Viewer discretion advised. Spotting here, we get a quick call. Who is top 5 cash players? Sanita, Omaha for rolls. It's tough. Are we doing heads up as well or not? Or overpair and a good shot. I mean, we have to go once here, but then we have to call again against a small size. But feels milky. Okay, check. This is again the position that I can see. Money is heading into the right direction. Rasvidas is probably up there. EEE, but he's kind of retired, I think. It's mostly for 6 max. Open this hand, it's a bit wide maybe. Maybe I missed the answer. If yes, sorry Vinny. If not, I will reply the question once again. Barry beat Linus in their PLO plus no limit hold'em heads up match. I don't know the results in general distance. Only that difference in the win rate was 1 BB. Can you tell us more about what you know? From my understanding, he beat Linus in their mixed match, and then they played pure no limit hold'em, and then Barry beat him again. So I'm not 100% sure if that's the case, but I thought that was the case. Do you know the identity of Barry Sweet? I do not know. What's your 2025 plan? The plan is to donate 20% of my online winnings to charity, enjoy life a little bit more, spend some time on investing, on helping other people, and playing a bit less poker, doing some social media, doing things that I like to do, and if I don't like them, then I'll quit doing them. That's the idea for now. That's a bad flop. Favorite English Premier League team? I'm not sure, but Arsenal always had a big appeal to me. So yeah, I would go with Arsenal. I aspire to play high stakes one day, thank you. Well, hopefully if you watch the stream enough, then you'll learn a thing or two. I'm really trying not to hold back on any information. I mean, I'm not gonna say specific things about specific opponents, but to check Calder's hand. Still a lot of combinations that beat me, but like that one. Thousand hands, I'd be careful. Sanita seems to like winning lots of money from Barry last year. Yeah, we'd play 25-50, so I feel comfortable losing some money there. Two tight guys over here. We really want to put some pressure on. Entirely possible that Monka likes to check back there, but in general people overfold against c-bets, especially at these stakes. I like this setup, one Russian cash, one heads up table. Okay, we get there on the river. Clicker has a full house. Yeah, aggressive against checking ranges is what I promised everyone. Might be a little bit too thin, but we have 2 tens. Question: in PLO MTTs I raise 3x pre when I am 40 BBs or above. Wow, look at us, huh? Look at us. What do you think is best? Also, are you opening a bit smaller on button in PLO tourneys than other pros? I mean, if you want to know the optimal strat, you just have to run the sim for your stack size. there's a lot of different things that you can do, and the EV sacrifice is usually not that big, so it's not really one straight answer. It depends on how your opponents adapt to your strat as well. If you're using a size that people are not used to, they're more inclined to make a mistake. But you should run the sim, give the sim multiple options and see what's best, and then go from there. Pot betting here. This 4 is pretty terrible. Completes a lot of his straight draws. So we're checking here. I got 50% rake back at 3 BB caps. Should I study my ranges differently now? Obviously my opponents aren't GTO robots. They probably too loose if anything. The aggression versus raise first in is heavy aces. Yeah, you can run a sim with your rake structure, and then instead of 3 big blinds of rake, you make it 1.5 since you have 50% rake back. You can go from there. King, 8, 10. Well played by my opponent. It's a great hand to step with. If he checks. Cold calling app games. The worst feeling is you spend many hard hours building something from mid stakes and try high stakes for the first time and lose it all. You're probably playing too high, if that's how you feel about taking a shot. Shouldn't be that painful. Yeah, Assassinato is agreeing with me. Okay, let's see. I think we want to open here big. Limp raising is even an option with this hand. And people are probably way too tight in that spot. Let's see. How much equity do we have against kings? You can't fold against a small size. And here we need 20% equity, which I think we don't have, so we're going to fold. Okay, if you guys want to see something else, you can let me know in the chat. Pretty sure we can lead here. Be way better for me that turn. We're calling, so we always have something. Whenever you're calling, the equity charge, they switch around a little bit. Let's see what he has. Set of threes. to start with a flat call. It's kind of a good check back as well, but we have the net flush draw, so I think that makes it so that we want to bet it most of the time. Now we're betting and we're just hoping for our opponent to also have ace king and raise us there. I think we have to call our king here. Full house, which is great, but very hard to get 3 bets over 3 streets. Queen 10, that's a hopeful call. I like it. I like it. Play another hand against him. Okay, let's see. Did you ever go broke? I did go broke a couple of times actually. I was very young when I started, so I took a lot of very stupid decisions when it comes to money. The most painful one was when I was living in Malta at 19 years old, trying to explain to my parents why I was not winning money. I was winning money, or according to Hold'em Manager, I was a very good poker player, but I was running a lot under expected value. So I was getting unlucky whenever the money went in. So then I went broke. I told my parents that I found a backer, and I saw in their eyes that they were not so content with the situation, and they would rather have me come home and start studying in university. The backing deal was structured in a way where if I lost it, I would not have to pay it back, so I felt pretty good about it. My parents were unsure if that was the case, but it really was. And then from then on, my backer became my coach as well, because things were going okay-ish at the start, not super good. So he wanted to secure his investment. Small bet with the set and a call from clicker. I think he should raise this hand, but not entirely sure. See how many people we have. 181 still. We're getting some coaching from Fatih. He's saying I have to get more control of the match. I love it. I love to get coached by the chat. Assassinato is saying, can you read my 2 last messages? Or I will duplicate. Yeah, if you can write them again would be nice. Sometimes it's hard to see all the messages. Dan Dow Poker saying polite shots fired in the chat. Yeah, I'm getting fucking roasted. I don't think it's the case, so sometimes the runouts are just not on your side. Check high flash, should probably be a bet. That 5 is pretty terrible. Now all his overpairs are stronger than my hand. Fairly tempting to raise here. You see, Fatih, that's what we get. That's what we get for listening to the chat. You had a great hand to bet small call with. What your parents say now that you became a millionaire? They, yeah, I mean, of course they're very happy for me. I think their reaction was fairly normal and understandable. So I don't blame them for it. I mean, they're super happy now that I do something that I really love to do and I make money with it. I treat them pretty well, so it's hard for them not to accept the path that I took, I think. Don't forget to win, not only control. Not sure if this is a thing, but we're going to try it, and then we're going to follow up on the river. I'm blocking the 10, he can call the jack, the 10, the kings that we might put in a tough position. It feels like we're getting super milked here. Why do you think Clicker is one of the best heads-up players now? Because he holds the lobby or because he plays as a top player? Because he's holding the lobby, so people would not allow him to hold the lobby if he wasn't very good. I didn't see him rack warring much with tops with the same Pencil or Sanita. Usually he just gave them the lobby. Well, Sanita is the best player in the world, so that doesn't say much. And then Pencil he shares the lobby with, so I wasn't trying to be as smart as, sorry, yeah. You're not banned yet. It's okay. Barry beat Linus by what win rate? If it's 1 to 3 big blinds, 100 hands by even 100 hands, it's like nothing. But I'm sure that you know this. I think it's he beat him by a bigger margin than that. Fatih should challenge Vinny Vidi heads up for rolls. I'm done for the challenge. I'm down for the challenge. Betting small here. I think we can even size big. Small should be fine too. Hopefully we can turn this heads up session around still before the end of the stream. We've been streaming for 2 hours now, I think. Not even. 200 people tuning in. I'll turn it into dollars for you degens out there. Get a fold from Clicker. I wouldn't mind leading here. It's probably not a thing in the solver, but imagine sitting here with, which most likely is aces. I mean, on this 4 we can do anything, but there's a plethora of turns that we could make a move on. These 8s are probably not showdown value. Sheldon with the bet. So I think we should fold this hand. Half pot bet by Clicker. We wanna unblock hands like King 10. I don't think this is a call. We're holding a lot of the best hands on boards like this, so I don't mind leading. The pot was 4-way, so it's hard to bet for value twice. Also, we're betting, or we're blocking 2 of the flushes that could call us. So I think this hand is a very nice hand to trap with, and then if nobody bets, we can bet the river. Now we're trapping against bends. And we're never ever folding this combo, because it's not only king high, but we're also holding 3 diamonds, which makes it even more likely that our opponent is bluffing. So if he pot bets and he has the ace high diamonds, it's just the way things go. Gara Sabir is saying, hey, it was a pleasure playing with you the other day on Coin. I'm Tony Go my your bike, not sure how to pronounce it. I remember, yeah, we played the 4max table. It was a nice game. Johan van den Berg saying, lol, let's see it. Heads up for rolls. Put up your $500, Fatty. Yeah, we get raised. We're getting absolutely murdered by Clicker so far. Which is the name of the game. Heads up is very swingy. I actually played against him yesterday or the day before and I did very well, but that also doesn't mean much. Same way that this doesn't mean too much. Fatih saying good luck there. Wishing you all the plus EV. Thank you, sir. This is one of the nuts. Hero call combos. It's not a hero call, but calling combos. We're blocking pairs on the board, so it's hard for him to have a queen or an 8 or harder, so we're sizing down. Making sure we're somewhat balanced with a small bet. Okay, small bet. We're going to raise it. Opening more from the small blind. This guy is super tight. Finds the fold. Going to continue betting here. Get 3-bet by Timex. King, queen off. We flop the king. I think it's not a horrible idea to lead here. Super quick fold. Here we have a potential hero calling hand. He doesn't go for it. Mr. Clicker. Top and bottom, without much backup, is a very nice and standard checking hand, I think. King is asking me how long it took to start winning a decent amount of money. I mean, I won my first 100k at 16, I think, so. Gonna call here. So at a very early age, I mean, I lost it as well, so. It's not like I was really winning it, but I was playing for pretty big amounts pretty early on. So when I went pro at 18, I think I was earning roughly 10k a month or something. Those days poker was less competitive for sure, and I probably had a pretty good talent for the game. Anchor Being is saying, started watching your videos a few days ago, and since then you have maintained 76 BB 100 at 50 PLO across a few thousand hands. We're playing 1-2 PLO here, but I'm getting the ID. So thanks and good luck. Obviously running super hot in the Zoom pool. Who is the one player you could not beat overall? I mean Sanita. Sanita comes to mind. He's the GOAT now that he's beating Barry. Queen 5. I'm going to call, but it could be a straight. Yeah. It's running quite well. Clicker. Not sure how he got here. Yeah. I mean, well played. Good value bet on the river. Sometimes you have to double barrel error, so. Didn't Button Clicker have that super unlucky session on Hustler? Yeah, I think he got stacked by Airball. You can beat Clicker, you need to play more aggressive. Yeah. Let's listen. I'll tell you guys something. Whenever you guys try to coach me from the chat, you'll get an instant ban hammer. Like, obviously, I know how to play heads up pretty well, so I much appreciate the input, but he is from Mexico. Timex would be the real Timex. Mike McDonald, he's from Mexico. Is it possible? I don't think so. Timex did very well after his poker career. So I don't think he's gonna play 1-2 for fun. Would be higher stakes. Oof, we get the check raise. Calling. King 9 obviously in his range. Nines. Kings. By big amount of win rate, what exactly win rate difference do you mean? About Barry versus Linus heads up no limit match. I think if it's only one big blind, then they would keep on playing. Here in Brazil, easy to become pro, 3k monthly. We can live really well. You think not that tough to reach this level? mean, if you have the right information, not that tough, but it's hard to get the right information. If you have a friend who's doing very well in poker, then it's easier to learn. A friend, someone who can coach you. $219 people tuning in. If you guys can do me a big favor and like the stream on YouTube, it helps with the visibility. Send it to your friends. I'll do one other stream before I go to the Australian Open. And tempting hand to c-bet. We're blocking one diamond. We have a backdoor wrap. We have a potential bluff with the queen. I think we just check here. Then we have to bet the river if he checks. Probably not the real one. In heads up, what is the GTO 3-bet frequency and c-bet frequency on flop? The 3-bet frequency depends on the structure that you're playing in. Whether your opponent is limping or not limping. So for instance, Clicker, he limps sometimes, but I haven't seen him limping in a while. If somebody limps, you cannot 3-bet as much as when he's not limping. So limp fold, I think. So it depends on your structure. It's very easy once you get the hang of Monker to put in your exact structure and study it. It's way better than studying a structure that is slightly different and then you learn the wrong outputs. Fold, tight player. Some thin value. Yeah, it's funny. People they tend to think that they know stuff, but yeah. Obviously, I was one of the most winning players online of 2024, probably number 2 or 3. That is for regular games. I'm sure people make much more in private games. So I'll be doing the coaching instead of the other way around. Seems to be a good idea. Here with the 5s, we're drawing to a not super high full house. There's already 2 potential straight flushes on the board, so I think we can just fold. Here against the size, we have to defend our 8s. Would be a great turn as well, an 8. Try to take it to showdown. He has queen 9. Queen 9 and 5. It's probably close. There's a 3-bet. Let's Seriously, they just see the difference in stacks by 3 stacks and think this means that Vinny is simply playing poorly. People almost always underestimate variance in poker, even professionals, especially when we're talking about heads up PLO. Yeah, people are just very results oriented, so whenever you win, you're good, and whenever you lose, you're bad. I get that, but you'll have to give me a little bit more credit than that. Do you reckon I should focus on rush and cash plus leaderboards or move over to coin poker? Impossible for me to tell because I don't know how well you're doing at the moment in rush and cash. What the rake is like at the lower stakes on coin poker, I'm not sure either. So. Okay. Trying to apply some pressure. Get showdown here. Liam is saying, do you play GTO all the time or adjust to your opponents? No, I mean, I would love to say that I play GTO, but the way I play is very far from GTO. I try to mimic GTO and then make some adjustments along the way. Here we're gonna make an adjustment with a tight player in the big blind. Also, the deeper the stacks get, the more we can open. We're only ranked 118th, which is pretty crazy. Still use Jenandes software. Did some work with him as well. Should switch to Mongo. I used a little before, but this is just way faster. It's way faster, but it's also inferior, so it's up to you. Once you run the sim, it's actually nicer, I think, to train a Mongo trainer. I agree, I VPip around 40% of hands still. But they're playing a good game. Yeah. One big blind. Denied. We open and we get 3 bets. It's a very nice hand to call a 3-bet with. Nine, 4, 5, a board that he doesn't connect with, or his range doesn't. I think it's nice to stab here. If we get a fold, that's great. If he calls, we can still hit our hand. If he raises, we only miss out on a little bit of equity. I think we're going to check this one, realize our equity and potentially bluff some rivers. I mean, he has a very clear call with a king there. Because I'm kind of representing king 7, king 9. But if he has aces, it's a tough spot to be in. Clicker with the pot bet. I think I want to raise here. Set with a flush draw. If you get re-raised, it's super dirty. Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, I don't think we can fold on the off chance that he has a bluff here, but most likely jacks or eights. Check, check, eight. Yeah. Even blocking the 5. Get 3-bet with the aces. Did you calculate what percentage of profit of the year was from heads up and 7 max PLO? I mean, I can see it in my database, but I don't know it by heart. Do you put a number how much you try to win weekly, monthly, yearly? No, it's super bad to have financial goals. Obviously, I had one with the $1 million challenge, but in general, in poker, it's pretty bad. You should put goals on things that you have more impact on, like studying or playing while you're feeling good, quitting your sessions when you're feeling bad. Those should be way better markers than financial profit. Have you lost more in your life with Ace Ace XX in PLO or one? One more. If you lose more with Ace Ace XX in PLO, then you have a big problem. Do you consider game flow versus high stakes pros? A little bit. I agree, it feels good to run your own solve. I will put more time back in Monker. Appreciate the responses. No worries. Thanks for the answers and the stream, Vanny. It's time for me to go, but I hope that the action will continue and I will have something to review in the recording. Good luck, man. Come back again. We are waiting for you. Thanks, Assassinato. I appreciate you tuning in every time. Kirill is saying, is poker still beatable with RTA and AI incoming? It's gonna be tougher for sure. It's going to be tougher. But high stakes should be relatively fine, I think. Still up very high in our range. This run out's pretty terrible. 10 would be nice with my hand. I mean, we can check back now. That's nice. Ace jack. I'm not sure if we should probably value bet it. Bottom 2 makes for a nice check. Checking again. Full house. And a pot bet, and I think we're better off just flat calling here. There's some value in raising, but of course we open up ourselves to getting bluffed. It's very hard to represent a very strong full house there. So he can abuse our capped range. Seems to be a player that v-pips a little bit too much. Bet from this guy. We're gonna try something funny. Raise here. We have outs and we have one club blocker. I'm blocking the ace of clubs. A hand our opponent could bluff with, so. Going to start with a check. I think we try to take it to showdown, this one. 10 on the river, I mean, it's close-ish, but gonna call. Depends more on the side security. It's very hard to track it. RTA can be checked with stats. If you have a good RTA machine, it won't mimic GTO completely, so low stakes live will always be beatable. IMO, yeah, I mean live will always be beatable if the rate doesn't become too high. And AI is too expensive to use in poker right now at the moment. I mean, it will become cheaper and cheaper. 2-5 will always have overconfident wealthy fish. Very realistic to make 100k a year playing 2-5. Well, I'm not sure if that's true, but there's options. There's options out there. It's probably best to find a site where you don't pay too much rake. That's usually one of the biggest factors whether you're winning or losing. The rake structure of a game. Folding there, maybe leading is better. Plus high stakes is close knit, so cheating is more rare. Yeah, that's definitely true. I know most of the opponents that I play against, so it's kind of tough to cheat as a high stakes player. If there's a cheat, then it's most likely someone who has been around in the game for a long time, and then he loses his touch and uses RTA to make sure that he turns a profit. What are your thoughts on 5-card variant? Thank you for your responses. It's fun, there's more space for creativity. There's less information out there, so it's kind of fun to play the game. The equities run closer, so you can play more hands, or at least whenever you play more hands, you don't get it's hard for him to call the river now. I think I'm gonna check this one. I still want to have some checks, I think. It's okay. Do you think you had an edge on Galfond at the end of the challenge? No, at the end of the challenge, surely not. I mean, mentally it was very tough, losing all that money. For sure, when you're running better, you're playing better, so he was definitely getting the best of me at the end of the challenge. How do you learn post-flop for PLO? I've played 20k hands but never got serious about it. Insane. Vision. Vision is a very good way to start. I think I'm gonna find my bluff here. Biggest live game you've played? Ooh, 100, 200 or 200, 400? I'm not sure. Okay. 910. Could he have 910? I'm not sure. Well, I'm betting, I'm calling, so we'll see. We'll see if he finds the call. If he has 910, he's gonna time bank shove. Did you upload the results of last year yet? Good luck for repeating success in this year. Thank you. Thank you, Casper. It's on my Twitter, TheVeniVidi1993. While you're checking that out, feel free to give this stream a like. It helps with the visibility. He's thinking about it. It's a folding. Maybe I'm getting sniped there. Let's see. No. No, impossible to snipe. You're a sicko. Look up to you, dude. From Max. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Okay. betting for value. Where do you live? What country did you grow up in? I grew up in the Netherlands. In the south of the Netherlands actually, so in a city called Breda. Very nice and relaxed place to grow up in. I had a relatively carefree childhood. I mean, that's probably one of the reasons that I ended up doing what I do. I had the opportunity to try some hobbies, to had some free time on my hands, so I did work a little bit. I was a paper boy back in the day, waking up at 6 in the morning every day, making sure that the paper comes in on time. We're having the jacks, and it's a strong hand, but not much backup, so I think calling is a good way to start this hand. Bigger bet on the turn. Could be anything still, could be a worse hand even. Okay, this run out is not super good. Yeah, we can fold that hand. Did you get what? Did you get coaching during or when preparing for the Gelfand Challenge? Yeah, I would had a lot of coaching. The most coaching I ever had was during the Gelfand Challenge. So before I had some coaching, and then during that challenge I basically had every session looked into. So it was definitely not about the preparation. Easy call here with the 2 pair. How long did it take for you to build a bankroll? We can fold here. Not that long. I mean 6 months. When I was 15 or turning 16, I went from a couple of $100 to 16 or 17,000. Back in the day, poker wasn't as competitive, and I probably ran very hot when I was very young. I'll go small this time. Yeah, I'm going to apply pressure on a board that I hit better than my opponent. Joshua McCulley goes all in. Let's see what he has. King, king, queen, 9. I think it's better to flat call this hand, and then you can still fold on a couple of spade turns. Get there on the river. I grew up in the Netherlands, also living in Boston now, from Luke Fraga. What do you do for a living, Luke? Grew up in Wassenaar. Fancy part of the Netherlands. Feel free to drop a like on the stream, it helps with the visibility. We have a steady 200 viewers. Let me know if you can do anything to make it more interesting. C betting most of the time with the 9. TD is watching from Breda. Going to bet again. Called. Going to give this one up. Paperboy plays girlfriend for 1 million. That's a good story. Yeah. TD is way past his bedtime. I think we should bet again here. Size and big is not favorable, I think. Here we want to make sure that he can call his Jack 9. You can draw with worse hands. Get raised. Going to call and see. Check. He has the straight. Pretty standard stuff, I think. I mean, I can consider bluffing on the river, but everything is on the table there. Here we check folds. Check back here. Did you have tilt issues earlier in your career? If so, when, how did you stop having that? I mean, obviously if the money matters much to you, then it's easier to tilt. Nowadays, I mean, obviously I'm losing, what is it, 25k there or 20k. It doesn't change my life, my day-to-day life at all, so it's easier to cope with those losses, and I've always been very good at it, I think. It's just I never really understood how people are tilting super hard when luck is something that you need in poker for worse opponents to play against you. So I've always tried to embrace swings, and I think I'm pretty good at handling them. Ace on a river, that's very interesting. Going to bet, pot bet. Obviously you could have 4-5, which would be unfortunate, but you also could have a lower 2 pair with a 4 or 5, which is definitely calling. Let's see, the fall is saying, who would you recommend as a coach for someone who is winning on 1-2 and wants to jump to 5-10 within a year? And is it possible? It's definitely possible. I think we go 1-30 here. I'm not sure to who to recommend, but it's definitely very good to get a coach. Like just being on a training site gives you only part of the information that you need. Deciding whether I want to bet here or on the river. Get check raised by this guy. Probably has kings or queens or something along those lines. Click of bets, we have to fold. Now we will put maximum pressure on a set. Quick fold, so he probably didn't have a set. Bastidas, was the Jack 9 3-3 a pure give up river, or did you randomize? Seems like a good bluff combo, not intended as coaching. No, it's a good combo to bluff with. Sometimes I would bluff the hand. Yeah, you can like that's a good question. No worries, you can always ask me good questions. Two pair with, well, I think we're folding here. Two pair with a queen high flush draw. I think it's strong enough to bet big. Not really the river we're looking for. Would you like to play Phil Galfond again? Maybe at the end of this year if he's up for it, but I think he's very busy with some of his business ventures. Okay. Flopping a flush draw and a good shot. Yeah, I play like 30 hours a week at Encore. What stakes are you playing? Here we're just gonna pile the money in. Quick folds. River full house. Viewer count going up, but maybe this is the time where a lot of the MTT guys stop playing. 3 on the turn. It's way better for my range than his range, actually. Jack 7-9. Super good 3 betting hand. Set on the flush draw. Do you remember any big leaks in Galfond's heads-up game during your challenge? It seemed from the outside that he improved a lot during the challenge. Well, he started off v-pipping almost 100% of his hands, which was a big mistake against me. Once he fixed that, a lot of his other mistakes were immediately fixed as well. I mean, he's a very good poker player, so it's not like he has glaring holes in his game, but the preflop one was the most obvious one. But I think it was a conscious decision. I think he thought he could just bully me a bit, then found out that he couldn't, and then did the bullying himself. Fold against the lead. How's the action compared to CT casinos? I'm in the Springfield area. By the way, thanks for answering all the questions. Really good, to be honest. 2-5 is generally super soft. Okay. People are helping each other in the chat. I like it. Feel free to drop a like as well on the stream. It really helps with the visibility. Pretty surprising to see the numbers go up around this time. But it might be the time where some of the bigger streamers stop streaming. I think this is a great bluff candidate. Okay, that works. Nine, 7 one time. Get the faults. How do you approach people with high steal from button? Small blind, 60, 40 plus. Versus big blind, do you call more light or 3-bet lighter? In most cases they also have high flop c-bet too. What I do is just become tight pre. But I feel exploited. Yeah, if somebody has a high c-bet, it's not necessarily super good to defend wider in the big blind, so I think 3-betting is the way to go. You can 3-bet roughly 1/3 of the percentage that your opponent is opening. So if it's a button open of 60%, you can 3-bet 50%, 20%. And 13% from the big blind versus a small blind open, which should really print money. So it's super nice if somebody opens 60% from the button. This is at certain stack sizes, so whenever you're super deep, you're just gonna get exploited in position, out of position, and then when you're in position in the big blind, you can exploit your opponent that is sitting out of position. But yeah, let me know at what stack sizes. If it's at 40 big blind, 60, 80, it's all very bad to open that wide. What do you use to review your hands? I actually use Phil Gavon software, Vision. You can do very easy quick checkups. You can run a river sim very easily. So I think that's a good place to start. Noodles is saying cheers for the stream, Vanny. I'm sure you've answered this before and I apologize if you have, just ignored, but what do you attribute the second half downswing of the Gelfand Challenge to? I mean, mostly variance, of course, but I think Phil played quite a bit better in the second part as well. Fixed leaks on his end. Did you feel like you maybe got a bit overconfident? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, no. Not suggesting anything, just wondering. I mean, he definitely got the best of me in the second part of the challenge. He just played quite a bit better, and obviously when the swing is on your side, it's very hard to fight it. It's very hard to fight it. Obviously not open his hand, but close when you play against a lot of tight players. Easy c-bet, and then when he calls, it's actually probably a hand you want to shut down mostly. It's a tight opponent, so he's already overfolding on the flop a lot before the flop, so his range is quite strong. It's probably not open. Okay, river the flush. I'm not going to bet it. We'll start with a check, and we'll just get it in with the straight. It's a small bet, we can't fold. Most value betting the straight. It's an interesting line he took. Not sure how to show this hand. The turn he went for the check, which I think this is a great combination to do it with. Then on the other hand, he did have added outs, so I'll have to look up that hand to make sure. It's a great bluff open. Tight player in the big blind, we're blocking both the ace and the king, which makes it so that our opponent has less 3-bets, more folds. Block the jack and the 7, so we're not going anywhere. Jeroen Amsterdam is saying hello, good luck. It's 3 o'clock in the Netherlands, right? Then you guys have to get up tomorrow morning, deliver some papers. Nine, 5-5-3. That seems a bit too wide, but doesn't matter that much. For a bet from the clicker. We'll call. Start with a check. Goes into the time bank. I think we want to bet big here. Sucks that we blocked the queen, but need to take control of the spot. Hands you can call with are aces with a flush draw, ace 5 of course. Fold. Against this small of a bet, I think we're calling. Over limp with the king, queen, queen 4. It's disastrous if we open this hand and get the 3-bet. It's so small the bet that we probably have to peel again. Checking. I mean, we're checking. Okay. Don't forget, boys and girls, you have to defend wide against small sizes. Would this be a nice hand to stack him with? Okay. Turning things around a little bit. How do you track your hands in coin poker? For example, do you use hand to note, etc.? Thank you, really enjoying your play and explain. Yeah. Kind of terrible combination to do it with. Chat is right, we have to be aggressive somehow, some way, sometimes. Maybe they are right, the coaches. Call once with 2 pair. This hand is a nice check raise, potentially. River full house. Probably have the best hand there with the queens. Gonna find out. King 6. Yeah, good line. Probably size bigger on the river, but how do I track my hands? You can download them as well, I think, and you can message support asking for your hand histories, and then you can import them to Hold'em Manager. I think you can import them to Hold'em Manager nowadays without much trouble. Checking deuce 3 beats us 7-3. Calling to pair, of course. Taking these stands to showdown. Thanks for your responses, Venny. Someone has suggested Will Tipton Heads Up book, 2 parts, but it is No Limit Hold'em. Do you think it's better than Working with Vision, for example? Any other books you still think are good? I don't know about Will Tipton, so I cannot recommend it, but I can definitely recommend Mathematics of Poker. It's by far the best book you can read on poker. Still very relevant because yeah, the math rules don't really change. So yeah, if you want to read a book, that one is very good. And Tipton, I'm not too sure about, so don't want to say anything about a book that I don't know. You were at the band end of that Heads Up Challenge versus Phil Galfond, but it will probably always remain the best poker content to have been a part of as a spectator. Yeah, it's something that a lot of people tell me. I would have liked to be on the winning end of that Heads Up Challenge, of course, but I'm happy that I was able to provide some entertainment during COVID times. Your top 2 pair is completely naked. You can check it back sometimes. Protect your checking range. And when he's betting this small, we're gonna raise the hand. We river the 4s. Pretty unlikely that our opponent called with a gut shot. Small lead, I mean, I'm calling, but wow, yeah. Not too sure what he was trying to do there. Surely if you hit the straight, you want to size big. Yes, bedtime here. You live in the US? No, sir. Kirill is saying, I just want to say that it is a perfect combination with 2 tables, 6 max and heads up. Yeah, we're catering to everyone here. I'm blocking a lot of his value hands here. Yeah, he's starting to bet a bit thinner for value. That's smart of this guy. Can you analyze some hands using your possible combos versus his possible combos? Do you use that to calculate when to bluff catch, or do you just do that on feeling experience? This is extremely hard for me. So yeah, you're playing a range against range. And against a certain bet size you have to defend at a certain frequency. So if you combine those things, you can start to see when to bet, when to check, when to call, when to fold. I'll try to explain it, but I also don't want to make it too technical, because then a lot of people tune out. So the Plain Explain, the last video I did, the last stream, a lot of people really liked it. So I'm going to try and do that sometimes, so that I cater to the people who really want to learn from these streams. But we want to keep it also fun for the casuals here. Not sure if this is a thing. Small betting with a middle pair and a high flush draw. I think we can fold this one. I think we can bet this hand once. Stab with the 3 spades. How you manage to do that fast? You train yourself after the session. When I try to do that, my time bank is always gone. Always. What is the ratio for bluff catch? Bluff to value 1-2. Depends on the size. So somebody bets pot on the river, you're supposed to defend half your range. And when you're potting on the river yourself, you're supposed to have 2 strong hands and 1 weak hand. But these things are very basic. You should definitely know it if you take poker seriously. Start with a call here. We have 2 pair and a good shot. Backdoor net flush draw. It's a funny hand. We have 3 pair now, so we're blocking some hands for sure. And also, we're blocking a lot of straights. So I think we're gonna call this hand. So here we're blocking a spade, we're blocking a heart, we're having 1 pair. So I think it's okay to see bet, but yeah, it's definitely a close one. Now we pick up 2 pair. Try to take that to showdown. Very hard for him not to have a hand here. Ends up having the red flush. Blocking straights here. Don't have much showdown value with the jack, so everyone is checking 3 times around, so I have to find some bluffs there. Going to stream for roughly 4 hours today, so we have 1.5 hours left. Fold here. Okay, let's see. King, 8, 10, 9. Queen, king, queen. Arno Slot is praying for his 1 time. Board, we're going to bet the pot. raised by clicker. Betting again, and I'm expecting a bet on the river as well. We fill up for a full house. That's very nice. For the size of the pot, we'll have to find some bluffs from lower flushes. So obviously if you always check back your flushes there, your opponent can fold pretty easily. But if you're a creative player, you'll be able to find some bluffs from your lower flushes. Yeah, I think we have a great hand to stab with. Whenever you're multi-way, we're 5-way now. 5-way, there's not much like pure bluffing going on. But we're holding a lot of relevant blockers. Basically all of them. Okay. I'm not sure if this is a thing, but I'm gonna do it for the stream. To apply max pressure here. And it worked. Kirill is saying, are you planning to open up your site? I am sure you subscribed to many sites. Do you suggest run it once as to go to for learning basics or MM? Thanks for your responses. Mastermind and Vision are probably roughly on the same level. I haven't used Mastermind much, so kind of hard to tell. But I think both of them are pretty good. I use Vision myself. So yeah, could definitely recommend Vision, but okay. So yeah, it's entirely possible that he has a queen. Can still have jacks, tens. Checking would be the standard. Betting small is also fine, I think. Quick call. Might be 7. Yeah. Okay. Small bet on the turn. We're going to fire big on the river. Oh, these questions are amazing. Yeah, why not try to get some value from ace jack? Not sure if that's a thing. Oh, king high flush. People are so tight. Thank you for the suggestion, Bill Chen, The Mathematics of Poker. Found it. Yeah, it should definitely be the best poker book out there. I think Ben86 mentions it in his podcast as well. Check, check. First time I can watch it live. Support from a Belgian in Korea. Wow. A long way from home. Is he the real Arne Slot? That is the question that cracked me up. No, he's probably not. Probably Arne Slot is not playing 1-2. Wow. I mean, I have the perfect hero call combo, but I just don't think he'll come up with enough bluffs. So. Going to fold. 7, 6, 6. Ace Jack is a call, I think. Would be kind of cool to turn this session around. Not that it should matter too much. While you guys are enjoying the stream, feel free to hit the like button. It helps with the exposure. Share a link with your friend. Checking should be the most standard play. Then here 10-6, I'm going to bluff it once. Bluff it once with some equity and then give up on the river. $250 people tuning in. Appreciate the support. What to do. Betting is fine, checking is fine. Okay, I have a lot of equity here. We don't get raised as much on the ace-high board. I think we're continuing with the betting here most of the time. This is probably fold, but for the stream. Find the call. It's a terrible river. Oh, I don't think we can bluff here. Blocking all the draws. Hail Mary bluff. Quick call. Ace king. It's very hard not to have a hand there, so we can bluff a lot, but yeah, the combo is pretty terrible. Would have been a nice one to win. Small bets. We defend a lot. And here we actually have a lot of kings and queens that we can bet for value. Against the ace we don't have showdown value, so I think it's a good spot. To bluff. Yeah, I started playing Hold'em, but I moved over to PLO quite quickly. It was a way better fit for my game. It's not complicated, either will provide you with more knowledge than you currently have. That's a good point, yeah. Are you planning to play the Triton series in Jeju? Yes, I'm coming down to play in Triton. Top 2 pair with a 10, so we're not going anywhere. Vinny, you giving responses will not make you any better. Hop off the stream and grind some Sims for fuck's sake. You have a very good point. That's funny. I think I can bet here, but got the call. I'll have to look up that hand. I have no idea if that lead made any sense at all. Arne Slot is a 5k crusher, obviously. Yeah, I heard the same thing. Super high level crusher on top of being an excellent coach. It's nice to see how well he's doing at Liverpool. A lot of variance in coaching though. One day you're on top of the world and the other day everyone wants your head. Obviously not an open, but super small, super tight big blind. Okay, so we're 300 big blinds deep, so we start 4-betting in a different way. Less value heavy, but we focus more on having playability. 300 big blinds deep. So this hand is a nice flat call, I think. It sucks that we're blocking the aces, of course. That's one of the main calling hands that our opponent can have. Get the call either way. 5's a pretty good card. Can't have 5-6 anymore, or less likely. And it's very likely that we have the best hand now. So we're going to apply max pressure. likely to be in his range. He calls. Wow. That's nice. That's nice, we got him. I hope the chat bros are still here. Saying that I should put more pressure on my opponent. Wait, are you the dude that almost crushed Gelfand during his challenge to promote his new site? Yes, very good. Very good, sir. What makes PLO more suitable for you than No Limit Hold'em, Dirk? I don't know, like I played it and it just seemed to make more sense and I enjoyed it more. I can 4-bet here sometimes. Why not now? Or at least I think. Eric, thanks. I'm probably going to pick Vision for post-flop, pre-flop, Omaha Pro, and Mastermind for 5-card study. Yeah, that sounds like a great action plan. Going to start with a check here, a bet here. And it's if you use that kind of software wisely, it will pay itself back 100%. Can't call when he raises. Ace 8-7-5. We're going to 3-bet. I think check folding is the way to go here. We completely whiffed the flop. Chinandas is saying, just go mastermind all the way, buddy. I mean, I don't disagree with Chinandas. Probably more cost efficient and easier for yourself to use one piece of software. I don't know if you guys hear the beep in the background. Let me know if it's annoying. I can try to close my door a little bit more, but here I'm going to bet for thin value. I'm blocking all the pairs. If you want to take it to the next level, add Monker. Yeah, that's it's good advice from Fernando. Like, I'm not gonna pick a team. I'm not saying you have to take either Mastermind or Vision, but if you want to do 5 cards, I guess they both have it. Just pick one, stick with it, and also work on Monker. It's a great way to start, but to become a very good poker player, you'll have to use Monker at some point. Mark is saying, oh great, now I'm going to start calling for the stream and I don't even stream. That's one of the dangers. I'm going to fold here, it feels a bit tight, but back here, left the river. check. Definitely bet, but okay. Representing aces, something along those lines. Do you feel the current market for poker tools like tracking software, solvers, etc. meets the need of today's players? Are there any specific gaps or areas you think could be improved or innovated? Yeah, I think so. So it's great, those solvers that are readily available, they're great to beat mid stakes, but once you move up in stakes, it's necessary that you use Mongo for sure. I think they want to cater to a group that is as big as possible, so they don't need to be like exactly right and next level. Calling. I mean, Monko would probably raise small or something, but check 7 is a problem. They could definitely be improved, but I think there's a market for that as well. Like there's a lot of groups that have super high level material and they just have an action share with their players. I would like to see a happy dance when you win a pot over 100 big blinds. I'll consider it. I'll do a happy dance every time you donate me 5 subs, Victor. How about that? Okay, we're gonna apply some pressure. Hello, I know this has been a hot topic, but is your mate single and is she available? I don't think my mate has been in on camera, so I'm not sure if it's a hot topic. Maybe you're talking about the chef. Dominic Evans is saying, is clicker button clicker the one who got stacked by Nick Airball for stacks? Yes, that's the one. And he was not too nice about it, Nick. First time catching it live, good luck, good luck. I'm Kitsune 101 on the table. Okay, good luck, sir. Usually better not to combine streaming with we want to bet this size. Could be better. Not sure if you can see his hand. I'll try to see what hand he had. It's kind of crazy that I didn't look it up. Going to 3-bet this hand. Managed to find the call on the turn with a hand worse than mine. You can't see the hand. No, I don't think so either, but... and while Janandas is in the chat, I would like to thank him for the sessions that he did, that he made a review on. It really helped to kickstart my YouTube page. Much appreciated. Okay, of course we're calling here. Yeah, you can see the hands. And Virte Natalie. To check. It's too wide, this hand, but good to open. Calling here at a low frequency is something. Actually very easy to check back a flush and come at me for value, but it's fine. Good hand to check back from his side there. We're playing from an undisclosed location. Janandas is saying, Vinny, if you could change one thing about the graphics on Coin Poker, what would it be? Well, you have the thing where they use different cards for 4 card and 5 card. I think that's pretty annoying. I mean, the layout in general could be better. This is a good way to compare the two. Like this one, so much better with all the colors, and I don't know. Could be a lot better, but I think they're working on it, so it's coming. But to come with new software, you need some time to implement it. So it'll be a while. But yeah, the 4 and 5 card thing would be a big one. It's very tilting when you play both of them at the same time. Maybe you feel the same way. Janandas, can you get Coin to change format to 6 max, please? 6 max would be nice. I agree that 7 max is not the best for me, but they probably have a good reason to do it. What the reason would be, I'm not sure, but 4, 5, so we have showdown value allegedly. That's a battle between VV and Janandas incoming. I think I'm going to raise this hand. Are there any trusted sites or apps to play PLO in the USA? So yeah, Coin Poker you can play in the USA. So, and I guess state for state you have some options as well. Maybe Janandas has an ID there. I think he's based in Vegas at the moment. Based in Vegas. Going to go ahead and fold this hand. What is the best PLO poker book? So yeah, Mathematics for Poker. Mathematics of Poker, MOP. Definitely the best poker book out there. all the concepts apply to both No Limit Hold'em and PLO. The beeping is Jainanda's drones behind him, ready to strike if he picks vision. Potentially, that was potentially the case. It's the chef who's working on breakfast in the kitchen. Monker is a book. No, Monker is a piece of software that you can use to better your game. It's probably a call, I don't know, it's super close. Then down, laughing my ass off. Eric, I can try, wouldn't mind either. Hell yeah, thanks. I think Mastermind is great and serious recourse, but solves to okay. Your grammar is not making too much sense. I think we call once here. Bet or check call. I don't know. This one's close, but I'll let it go. Massive note, just Grand Monker books are irrelevant. Usually yes, but not Mathematics of Poker. The replayer, yeah, it's not great, and also like being able to see the hands of your opponent would be nice as well. But I can, if you guys have constructive criticism, I can forward it to the Coin Poker team. W. Jainandes. Jainandes with Suhab was a great breakdown for sure. Thank you, Jainandes. Where is the guy that said you should review your heads-up game? He left the chat as we won the 17k hand. Jainandes also sort the cards in rank like GG. Jardim Krieger is dominating PLO 4 in PokerStars. Not sure who that is. I remember when ACR updated their software, so for 7 million, lol. Wow. That's how much it cost them? Yeah, it's crazy, huh? It's not really a thing to raise here. Don't know. Some more raking. I'm not sure if that is the reason, because they have 4 max tables as well, but yeah. I enjoy it. The lesser seats, or how do you say it? The more fun for me, so. Viewership is pretty good, huh? This time zone. It's nice. I think we want to call here mostly. Raising definitely tempting. I think we want to do it mostly when we're having a redraw. Surely we raise it sometimes. On this river we lead small, allow him to call his 5 high straights. And when he raises, we have a hand that we can sometimes call with. So. Feels like he has it often here, but we're going to call. He didn't do it to fold. He finds the, I guess we call it a bluff. Just it's a cool move. I would definitely fold my 5 high straights there. And how many times will I bet small with my nut straight there? It's a good question. More raking. Dutch players have to pay conspel blasting when they play on coin poker, I believe. I believe so too. But yeah, if you're a professional poker player and you're still living in the Netherlands, you're doing something wrong. Start watching mid-stakes play and explain Dirk plays heads up 5k, aight? Yes, this is mid-stakes for me, buddy. This is mid-stakes for me. Mathematics of poker is only for PLO. Well, it's mathematics of poker, so it's for any poker game, I guess. It can be, it can come in handy. Okay, bet again. Muck. Coin poker, please add an option to manually change individual table colors. So easy to color code for satellites, KO, MTTs, PLO, and so on. Pizzas. Sucks to have the six. That's where most of our value is coming from, so I'm gonna size small again. Protect my small betting size. If he raises, we can call easily. You can still call 2 pairs for against that size. So all in all, pretty great. Blocking the 8 and King of Hearts makes this a c-bet, I think. HR with their own house bots. This site is anyways a joke. I don't think they have house bots, but yeah, there's a big bot problem on HCR for sure. They are one of the networks that don't rake super high, so yeah, there's advantages too. Showing mugged hands is really important for viewers. They need to fix that. Yeah, people tend to overestimate how important the viewers are, or the regulars as well. For in that case, I mean, the sites are mostly making money from people that gamble for fun and play poker for fun. So Clicker is saying be right back. He's probably taking an ice bath, trying to do anything he can to turn this session around. But I don't think he will be able to do it. It's down and out for the count. We're probably breaking even. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. We'll just act like we're winning a ton. This guy trap 4435 with a 3-bet range of 5%, probably hitting this board quite well. $270 people watching. It's that's very nice. I'll continue streaming for a bit if it stays like that. Let's see if I can do something to make it more interesting for everyone. This did very well last time I did it. Obviously, you cannot really make money doing this. Last time I did it, we needed a disclaimer. Do it until clicker comes back. People like to see all-ins. It seems like shove, that's a bit too wide. We've been bleeding, huh, here in the Russian cash streets. We have been bleeding. Fault. Do you think more money is to be made at low mid-stakes payload than on no limit hold'em by racks, given the game is more complex and skill gaps between players are bigger? I'm not too sure. I would think that in general PLO is a little bit softer at low, mid and high stakes. The rake has been quite a bit better on, for instance, GG for no limit hold'em, so that's enough of a reason to play no limit hold'em. Should be fairly even there, but I think in general PLO players work a little bit less hard than no limit hold'em players, because they're so used to working with software and the competition seems to be a bit more fierce. So. Also, I think PLO is a much more enjoyable game. So if you had to pick, I would pick PLO every time. Okay. Not sure if you can shove here, but we're going to do it anyways. Great hand. I should do one push or fold stream. Do you guys think that would be popular or not? Going to call. It's super bottom of our range probably. Okay. All in or fold stream? What do you guys think? Get there. From starting out, is it worth to even play micro? Is the rake unbeatable at micro? it's I always tell everyone skip micros and low stakes and hop into 100 PLO or 200 PLO. If you have a job that makes enough money to support your losses. 50 PLO, maybe even if you don't want to play too high. Micros in general is super bad for your game. People play so poorly that you have to I don't know, you have to play so much differently, and then you teach yourself to do things that you're not supposed to do. Okay, he's back. Should I bet here? Yeah, we can. This clicker, he loves to play. Table next blind. He's not throwing in the towel yet. Let's see if we have showdown. Nope. Online poker content, I mean, you potentially can, but I just don't want to be the guy that turns people into playing all in or fold without them having a chance to win. Clicker battle continues. Follow up on the turn. And we give up on the river. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. Surely going to try to win this one. Check back, no open ender. And we turn the best turn in the deck. I guess a 6 of clubs would have been similar. Very disguised nuts on the river. Yeah. Blocking the second nuts. I don't know, man. Maybe try to get him to okay. Daantje! Valt jouw stoel ook uit of niet?